I'm Mahdi Shaheeb Sher. My website is www.mahdishaheebsher.com. I think one of my interests in the world is Africa in the world. I think if you look at Africa as a continent, it is very unusual in that, it seems to be the only landmass in the world that is just completely desert. I think if most of the landmass in the world is quite fertile, red meat type of fertile land. It's kind of bountiful with the animals it has, the vegetation and the plant life it has. But for some unknown reason, when it comes to Africa in the world, it's just desert and it's barren and nothing exists in the desert. So I think that with Africa, it has committed some kind of crime in the world. And I think because of that, it has been reduced to some kind of a famine, desert-stricken landmass and continent that has problems of food production and starvation and pestilence and disease and warfare and a lack of prosperity or intelligence or art and other good things that most of the world takes benefit in producing. But I think when you look at Africa, it could be a stain in the world for maybe some kind of crime it's committed. I think Africa hasn't developed like the rest of the world. It's always kept the world back because it doesn't develop like the rest of the world does. It always has to complain for one reason or another that it doesn't have food, it doesn't have cities, it doesn't have good conditions. But I think all countries can develop themselves with the resources and the collective labour and minds and imagination that exist in those countries. I think Africa does have to be looked at to see that it is probably the first landmass you see from space. When you look at planet Earth from space, you see Africa as the first thing, and then maybe Europe and the Middle East. So it's unfortunate that maybe Earth has as its first visual representation Africa, and it's a big continent, but it's just yellow desert, and that's how it's seen from space. And it also doesn't seem to move. There seems to be nothing there, it just seems to be dead land. So I think Africa is slightly unfortunate. I think it does keep the world back. And I think that's my view about Africa.